Right, come on, Reg. Let's go Wonder Woman this up.
Right, so I just need to complete my operations on Injustice 2 first before we just do anything. Is that all right?
You want to play? You want to play a game, like a DC game, rather than going to watch a DC film?
Well, all I need to do is just quickly just send like Scarecrow and Wonder Woman back on to do the...
There's going to be like half an hour of adverts. Can we do it in there?
But this is like time sensitive. I've got like another like, well, five minutes. Is that? Did you mind? Right. Can you just like fast forward this bit where I just do it quickly and then it'll be fine? There you go. See, worth it. Worth it. Done. Nice.
You happy? Can we actually go and watch the film now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope it's worth $4.99, Reg.
Well, I'm very intrigued by it, so fingers crossed. It should be good. I mean, we've only been seen 3 films, and so far all of them have been disappointing.
I hold high hopes.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be good. I think they've learnt the lesson, so why don't we just go in to see?
Let's do it. And we're back in the car again.
Yeah, sorry, so they go every 2 hours, the operation, so I'm just going to quickly do this now.
Seriously.
That's alright.
Seriously. Seriously.
Wow.
Wow about that, or wow about the film?
A mixture of both. That's probably the best World War II film I've seen since Saving Private Ryan. I enjoyed it.
Yep.
But the ending completely ruined everything for me.
Alright.
So it starts off, which is so good, because every DC film has just been grey, grainy, depressing, despair. And this started off in just so much beautiful colour on like an amazing island, and it was just everything
really upbeat,
gorgeous.
Little kid running around, loving life.
Yeah, and it was a nice change for it. Didn't last long.
No,
literally
because then men
20.
came.
Yeah,
men came and ruined it all.
The story of everything.
Yeah,
men come first, ruin everything, and then sod off.
Eats, shoots, and leaves.
Exactly.
Just like pandas.
Just like pandas.
That's what they do.
Is it?
That's the joke. Eats, shoots, and leaves. Bamboo shoots and leaves. It's pandas. Yeah.
See, we learn something new every day, even if it's not Wonder Woman related.
No.
I liked the crew, like the supporting cast.
The Howling Commandos.
The Howling Commandos.
Okay, right.
More than her.
All right.
I think she was good up until the bit when she became like Diana, Princess of Mystique.
At what point
with the Bomb Flex. So she was so the bit just before Ares and whatnot came about
at the end. Okay.
Towards the end,
right?
I really liked up until that bit, because when she starts, trying on all the gear, and she's like, "How do you do the sword with this?" And she doesn't quite understand dancing. And I mean, there's so much cheesiness inside that whole scene.
We don't understand dancing
when he starts like playing. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's going to rain. No, it's not rain, it's snow. Like, it was bound to happen. That was just like, it was set up to done. But I think the film was done really well. Yes. I did really enjoy it.
I think it was the best one.
It was by far the best one they've ever done. By quite some way.
I, as a whole, I enjoyed it. But it had to end in mass destruction, didn't it? As they always do.
Literally, every single one has a massive laser beam of some variety.
There's always a huge crater at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
I think that's like a trademark.
It really is. Really, really is. I enjoyed it. It's a solid movie.
It was good. It was enjoyable.
From me.
I thought up until the end bit, I was like, I would happily come back and watch that again.
Right.
But that end bit just ruined it. Before Ares came around and became Ares, when you found out who he was, I was like, oh no, don't ruin this for me.
I thought she was actually going after the German bad guy. I was like, it's clearly not him, Mr. Lederhosen. We thought it would be him. It clearly wasn't. I thought it was going to be the woman with the face.
Yeah, I thought there's going to be a lot more to her, because I don't know a lot of like the comic and whatnot, so I don't know obviously if she's an actual character in the comic of it.
Yeah.
But I thought she was going to have a lot more towards the end, when like she rocked up and was just like, "Are you going to kill me?" with the weird masky thing that got took off her, and I was like,
that was pointless.
And then what's the need?
Yeah, just to show that she, like, we all know why she's got a mask on. Clearly, she's got disfigured under there, so they don't really have to show that. I don't know why that was some big character building moment. And I mean, she was obviously corrupted by Ares, and that was the point. She wasn't really evil, so was that just showing, oh look, she's not the bad girl after all? But I did think it would be her, because the whole point was that it was the creator of the weapons, the creator of the destruction. Thought, oh, it's not the guy, it's the girl. I mean, the guy needs some kind of weird smoky thing to make him strong, which was all a bit weird and out of context. And I mean, I know nothing of the Wonder Woman lore and stuff. The only Wonder Woman stuff I know is Linda Carter, and I've watched a few episodes of the original. And she didn't have a cameo, did she? No, she's too busy with Supergirl. But I don't know. It was all a bit
CGI fuckfested.
Oh, in a few
literally
the lasso was very CGI. Anytime it did it, it just didn't move particularly naturally.
The best way I could describe that whole bit, right, was when I was a kid and I watched the Masters of the Universe film. When you go like, I got the power, and literally the
effects,
effects
at least that was real.
Were very similar,
right,
to this.
Yeah.
Despite the massive budget, that was shocking.
Yeah.
That was absolutely
especially when
shocking.
you rewind an hour when they have the fight, when they get she fights across the trenches and they get to the little village, and then she bursts into that building. That's the fight.
The massive
with
bell tower thing.
Yeah, all of that. Oh, that whole thing. That was my favourite bit of the movie. Her fighting just single-handedly, finally showing off what she can do, beating up all the Germans, was awesome. And it's in the same way that the Batman versus Superman Batman fight. Yeah, it's just all of a sudden, boom, he's there, just killing everyone, or not. But like the low angle of it as well, I thought was just really nicely done. And the slow-mo stuff was overdone.
Yes.
But when they used it, it kind of worked in some places. It wasn't...
It did work, but they did... It's as though they're like, oh, this will look amazing. Let's see how many times we can use it.
Yeah, okay.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
It's still going to look amazing.
Faults I have with it, and one in particular, right? So at the end, she stabs the Lederhosen through the chest with her magical sword that's, going to save the world, the God Killer. And then she leaves it there and she talks with what's his face, with Magical Trevor. And then he goes off and she leaves it there. And then suddenly, Ares appears. And then she's like, right, that's it, I'm going to get my sword. My sword's not there. And then
Wait one moment.
And then, exactly, then it flicks away. You see a load of other action and then comes back mid-conversation and she just jumps down off the roof and now she's got the sword. So it's just like, hold that 1 second. I'm just going to curse up, gets it, right. Okay, carry on. What were you saying? You were giving me some speech about how you're going to kill everyone.
Yeah.
It made no sense. There was no point in her leaving the sword up there. She was just going to go and get it back. It had no relevance to the plot, other than maybe, maybe give you a second of thinking, you don't have the sword no more.
And what happened to her shield?
Yeah, all the way through.
She just left it there.
90% of the time, she didn't really have a shield on. I know she was wearing a big cloaky thing. There's no way that shield was under there. And then suddenly she's got a shield. And then towards the end in the big battle, she didn't need the shield.
No, but like even in the future her now, when she jumps off fucking skyrockets off that building.
She doesn't always need them. She's got some very small metal.
But it's like
wristlets
that's one of her huge massive things, and it's not around.
Right, but also why? Because do they only have a certain amount of that metal?
Yeah, why couldn't they just do the full arms? Body armor.
Yeah.
It's just there was a lot of little tiny niggles that I had with it.
Is this one of those now?
Very Hollywood.
Are we ruining it for ourselves? Because the last pretty much 90% of this has been and this and that and that.
But the thing is though, it
doesn't matter.
It's done well. Yes. It was good up until the last 5-10 minutes.
I'm pretty certain I'm not going to come away with this and be just like and have this nagging at me and me ending up disliking it.
Yeah, no, I
really did enjoy it.
I did enjoy 90% of it.
And I did like her actually. I thought she was good. She just
I didn't like. It annoys me in the fact that most of these origin films now, as a called, you're like, oh god, right? They're not going to get the powers until the end. You don't know what they're doing, and then it basically gets drip fed to you. Right. What's going on? This one, however, took the approach which I liked up until right at the end, where I'm like, all right, so she can fucking do everything, and you don't get told any of it.
No.
For someone who doesn't know a lot of the law and whatnot, I'm like, all right, so she's resistant to
that
poison.
always happens. So
and then you're like, right, so she can walk into that and she's fine.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she can start flying and shit, and you're like, right, well, how come you can do that 2 minutes? Right,
it's the same with Star Wars Episode 7, isn't it? It's suddenly like, oh, she's got all these Jedi powers that no one's told her what she's doing with them.
I also found it really weird how all it took was Steve blowing up to make her go full on berserker age style.
Yeah.
That literally, she watched like kids get slaughtered. She watched like villages explode.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh no, it's so sad."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, some fella blows up in a plane. She's like, "Wolfie berserk!" And just goes nuts. And she does. It's so rapid. It's ridiculous. And you're like, is that literally all it takes? Despite all of the last 7 and 8 minutes.
I'm taking my B+ to a B-.
It was good. The other thing I didn't like though is there was no setup for another film.
No,
it was just the whole like, I'm here to protect the city forever. Jump off a building and land on the other side of the city.
Yeah.
Literally the other side of the fucking city. She can jump for miles.
She's Mary Poppins, y'all.
But yeah, I mean, I expected like, not even if it wasn't going to do post credits, there was going to be like something to hint at.
Because that is
Justice League next, isn't it? Because Justice League is next, and then is it Flash then Cyborg?
I don't know. Well, Flash hasn't even got off the ground.
Batman. None of them have got off the ground yet.
No, there'll be Suicide Squad 2 before then, the Joker Harley movie, there'll be
Although I did really like the intro for the DC Comics.
Yes.
The fact that you went ooh because they highlighted the Green Lantern. I was like ooh, it was a good film.
It was a good, solid film.
I do recommend going to see it.
But don't go and see it in Birkenhead because people decide to look at their phone every 5 minutes and leave the movie 5 minutes before it's over.
And that was the one thing I didn't get. So that infamous scene of World War II when everyone is celebrating and you see the bloke kissing the woman.
Yeah.
That was happening as they're walking down the street, and I was like, oh, that's a nice little throw. But people are walking out the pictures, you don't even know what's going to happen next. Like, we could turn around and be like, oh, did you see the post-credit scene?
Wow.
And they'll be like, oh my god, is it amazing? And we can make it all up because they won't never sit through it again. Yeah. And the fact there was never a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Although I'm pretty sure one of them was like, oh no, it's gone past me bedtime.
Oh no, man, it's 10 o'clock. Oh no, mate.
Celebrity juice is on now, I've got to go.
Man.
That's exactly what happened.
Anyway, this is the start of season 2 as well, Reg. Season 2 of Rearview.
Meep.
Yeah, because it's summer and it's not freezing cold when we sit in the car anymore.
No, it's actually really warm, as you can see from my
I do need to invest in better lights. So I'll get one of those lights that sits there and it's like, because this thing don't do nothing.
Although I like it because it's all dark and moody like it is in the DC cinematic universe.
Ah, that's it. It's the
like
relevance.
So when we do anything that's not, we put on the backlight or
it's not a backlight, Reg. It's a Hyundai.
All right, sorry.
How many of those fancy European cars? Anyway, I need to go home.
Well, it's been fun, and we will see you same place, same time,
same back
next
channel
week. Toodles.
See you.